You heard Sicko Mode?
No.
See, you don't even watch out.
I don't deep dive. I listen to
you don't like Travis Scott, Lil Travis?
The one right on top of the Spotify playlist. I listen to those like top 5 songs. You know?
Nah, Drake
little sampling.
I'm not gonna put him on the level with Jay-Z and all that, but in terms of just putting out good music and hits and people that want to, things that people want to listen to, Drake is one of the best to do it. I miss like old school Outkast. I guess I'm just like at that point where I'm just like a grumpy old man now. I miss the good old days. Keep listening to Eminem.
Like Nelly's first album, where it's just like I miss the good old days.
Nelly's first Country Grammar was tough.
It was a great album.
Country Grammar is one of the best.
Say what you want to say about Nelly, but you can't take away Country Grammar.
Country Grammar was one of that.
It's a
Country
good
Grammar
album.
was tough, but Drake is everything he touches is gold.
That's true. I can't hate him for that. I mean, the dude's making millions. Billions, probably. I don't know.
You know J. Cole's here tonight?
Is he here in Minnesota?
He's here, yeah.
Okay. I like J. Cole. I respect J. Cole.
I like J. Cole too. I don't know that I want to go see him in concert for real, but
I don't like seeing rap in concert. I'm gonna be honest.
What?
It just doesn't do much for me. It's kind of boring.
What?
Rap in concert? What? Like, I don't understand the appeal.
Did you go to the Drake and Future concert?
No, because I'm not a Drake fan. So
I think
Future's even worse than Drake.
I
saw Future at Soundset one time and I left. I physically left.
Future by himself in the right crowd. You got to be around a certain a vibe, certain energy to see Future. But Drake and Future together, I was doing stuff.
Drinking cough syrup? Like what kind of mood you got to be in?
Nah, you got to be. See, why you got to be drinking syrup? See,
is that what I need to be doing?
If you go to a rock concert, are you taking heroin?
No. I mean, all right, fair enough. Whatever. You said the two white safeties thing. I need to level the playing field. All right, real quick. Let's move on and thank our sponsor, Punch Bowl Social. I got some things to say about Punch Bowl Social. If you don't know where they're located, they are right in the West End, 1691 Park Place Boulevard, St. Louis Park, right off 100. They have 3 different bars in the location, lots of different cocktails and beer options, bowling alleys, a pool table, ping pong tables, video games, private karaoke rooms for people like me who like to get down with that karaoke. Low-key, I actually am the greatest karaoke singer alive. I don't know if you know that about me.
I know we talked about that. You surprised me with the guitar.
Oh, that's true.
I can see you doing some decent karaoke. Greatest Alive.
She hates me by a puddle of mud until you've seen me do that live in karaoke. You haven't lived yet.
I don't even know who the puddle of mud is. Where do you get these crazy...
The puddle of mud.
What is it called? What is it? Brandon's over here looking like this dummy.
The puddle of mud.
It's dummy. Wait, what are they called?
Puddle of Mud.
Does it?
Yeah. That's
How do you get these names? Like, what do these bands come up with these names?
As a guy who was in bands growing up through high school and college, naming a band is one of the hardest things you can do.
I believe it.
One of my bands named was Turning Right. Think about how bad of a name that is. Turning Right. Like, okay, we're turning right. Like, what? How did we land on that?
So what's worse, though? I feel like that's better. At least there's like some random creativity.
Is there?
All rappers, not Lil Durk, Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
Lil Spud, Lil
everybody.
Everybody.
And then once they get to like their 30s, they're just Yachty then.
But
they dropped a little,
right.
And then it's Yachty. Why can't you just be Yachty from the beginning?
Why can't you come up with... I like Yachty. Yachty's a dope name, but I don't know Lil Boat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Lil Boat.
I was in a band one time called the Bourbon Brothers, and I was kind of proud of that name. I thought that was kind of a good name.
Why was it the Bourbon Brothers?
We played like folk country music. It just felt good. I like bourbon.
I didn't know you even got into folk country. That is a new phase.
I like all kinds of music, man.
I know that.
I really like blues, jazz, whatever it is.
Folk country. You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
Remember in Home Alone when she gets on the truck with John Candy when she's trying to get back to Chicago?
Gosh, I don't
even
know.
the polka prince. You know what I'm talking about? You don't remember? Brandon, you remember that?
This is an obscure pull. This is an obscure pull.
When they get on, when she's trying to get back to Chicago and she gets, John Candy, she gets in the truck with the dude who's from like Sheboygan.
Yeah.
Because Sam Decker,
okay, I actually do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's like the Polka Prince. And he tries to name his albums.
Yeah.
He's like,
How did this pop into your head?
Because you started talking about
deep
folk
dive.
dancing.
Okay.
And I was like,
well, not folk
polka,
dancing.
Folk, whatever the hell you be doing.
All right. Again, big thanks, though, to Punch Bowl Social for somehow sponsoring this nonsense program that we call Dibble Dabble. Weekly shows. We're going to be doing more live shows at Punch Bowl Social. We'll have a couple good more guests coming up in the future. Lastly, Punch Bowl Social, very eco-friendly. It reduces the footprint initiatives. And lastly, it is a place for families, millennials, and corporate events. There you go. I endorse it. I like Punch Bowl Social. I also endorse Lat 14, the new restaurant that just opened here in Golden Valley. Went there last night for the grand opening, first night ever. Whew, man, if you like Asian food, that's the place, man.
Oh, it's Asian food.
Asian food.
What, like,
it was where that Perkins used to be in Golden Valley. They turned it into Lat 14. It's fancy. It is delicious, man.
Why is Golden Valley ruining all my staples?
What do you mean? You liked the Perkins?
What?
It was the worst Perkins. That was the worst.
But it used to be open 24 hours.
Not that one. You're thinking of the one by Benilde. That's the one we used to go by the Menards.
No, Bernard.
No, you're thinking of the Edina one.
Thinking the Edina one. I'm tripping, yeah.
Yeah.
Because actually we tried to come
hours.
to this one after the bar one time. Yeah. It was closed.
This one's closed. This was a bad Perkins. Yeah. So a huge upgrade in Lat 14.
In Lat 14.
My fiance and I left very happy last night.
It was Vietnamese or?
It's a mix of like all of those. Like they do a little bit of Thai, a little bit of Chinese.
They got pho?
They do not have pho, but they have ramen. Like a really good ramen dish, which was delicious. It's totally worth going to. The best wings I've ever had.
Really?
Delicious. Very spicy. Really good wings.
This is a hell of an endorsement. You got to get them as a sponsor.
I'm going to have to start working on it.
It's a ringing endorsement.
All right. We do a Dirty Six every week. It's not necessarily a top six. It's no order, but it's just the six best of whatever come to our minds. This week, you brought a great topic to the table.
Yeah,
I think so. Are you going to say it?
Oh, you want me to say it?
I set you up right. I set you up.
I didn't know you normally.
Great topic to the table.
To be honest, I was trying to think about my sixth guy, but
okay.
The topic is
the
six
to
NBA
everybody
players.
At home. You're listening. This is like typical to our relationship. Jordan's actually never listening to me at all. Just all right. Shaver's rambling again. He's rambling again. Yeah. So, all right. Here. What is our topic this week?
The six NBA players you would love to see in the NFL.
That's creative.
And yes.
That's well done.
Yes.
By you. I wanted to give you love, and then you missed your chance.
I feel like though I probably have stolen that from somewhere.
That's fine.
In my past.
Everybody's stolen something from somebody else.
Nobody's created
anything.
It's a
copycat
right?
world, man.
Ain't it though?
It is.
Ain't it, Jack?
I'm just an imitation of a bunch of other sportscasters before me. I don't do anything original. Let's be real.
And before like Randy, like your dad?
Yeah, I wish I was just kidding. I'm not even in the same level.
Mr. Shaver is the GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
That's
for sure. All right, 6 NBA players, past or present, you'd like to see in the NFL.
Time out. Before we start this, who goes better? What's translate better? NBA to NFL, or basketball players to football, or football players to basketball? Who could do it better?
I mean, there's great examples of both. Like Randy Moss probably could have played in the NBA. You know, Antonio Gates was a great basketball player before he became a Hall of Fame tight end. Tony Gonzalez was a great basketball player before he became a Hall of Fame tight end. There's examples of guys.
I don't think Randy Moss could have played in the NBA.
How is that possible?
Randy Moss doesn't, his vertical, like he's got like a 33-inch vertical, like 34, which in football as a receiver at 6'4" is big. He's not, I've seen him play basketball. He's not that skilled. Randy Moss, people think Randy Moss could play in the NBA because he's Randy Moss. He
was at like all those high school camps with like KG and everybody.
Do you know how many, I went to all those high school camps with DeMarcus Cousins.
Bro, and you were a high level basketball player.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But there's a lot of other guys that were there. That was a bad point. You're right. Yeah. So anyway, but I can give you that.
Yeah, all right.
That was a bad point. But it's like now people say Jimmy Graham could have played in the NBA. Jimmy Graham was never going to play in the NBA.
Probably not.
Like he was not.
I think basketball players probably translate better to football than football to basketball.
Okay.
I think that's especially because like height is such a thing too.
That's the only reason. Like
because like Randy Moss is only 6'4". Like what position really is he going to play in the NBA? Maybe shooting guard, and he probably doesn't shoot the ball well enough to play shooting guard.
Right.
Not a point guard, that's for sure.
Exactly.
There you go. All right, I'm gonna kick us off. 6 NBA players I'd like to see in the NFL. Number 1, you knew this was coming. Dennis Rodman. You knew Dennis Rodman was coming. Dennis Rodman could be a great defensive end. He is so athletic. He's 6'8", and he's a dog. Dennis Rodman, he'd be dirty in the NFL. He'd be really fun to watch.
That's not bad.
That's not a bad one, right?
Yeah,
and he'd just be fun. He'd bring like his sack dances would be good. You know, he'd have that color hair under the helmet.
I don't know about that.
His post game interviews would always be fire. Be a great NFL player. Number 2, Shaq. Shaq would be fun to watch in the NFL.
He's
right?
too big.
Well, he play offensive line. Put him at who's getting around Shaq?
He about to throw
Put him
the
at
ball
left tackle.
into his back every time.
Yeah, maybe. if he was a center, he probably would. But Shaq would be a real good left tackle, I think. Michael Jordan, I'd like to just see what he could do. Michael Jordan and LeBron are on my list because everybody talks about LeBron. What could LeBron do? I think he'd be a good tight end. I think he'd be a good receiver. He probably could play either one. Same with MJ. MJ could probably play receiver. He have great hands. I mean, his hands, he could wrap the whole football around his hands. His hands are so big.
Yeah. LeBron might be the best receiver to ever play.
Probably. He probably would be. I mean, just throw it up to him in the end zone. He's going to catch it every time.
Man, yeah, I wish you could see that, actually. I
got 2 more. Allen Iverson. I just think as shifty as he was getting to the hole, he probably could play running back or something and be that shifty. I bet he was. Actually, you know what? He was a good football player back in the day. I watched a documentary on him.
So is LeBron.
Yeah, so was LeBron. Last one, Kevin Love. He's known for those outlet passes. I bet he could drop back and be a decent quarterback. He could probably pull it off. Wow. He's got a pretty good arm. I put some thought into that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
6'10" quarterback.
6'10" quarterback. He's got some touch. I mean, those outlet passes are impressive. He's the best in the biz at them.
He does not get enough credit for being the passer that he is.
He's a great passer for a big man.
Yes, and when he came into the league, that's all it was about. And now it's like all he does is shoot threes because he was with LeBron.
Yeah, I think he could go deep a couple times. He could throw a couple deep bombs. He might have that like short touch like Sam Bradford where he just everything is real short. And Sam Bradford sucks now, but I'm talking about that one game against the Saints last year with the Vikings where he looked like the greatest quarterback ever. You know what I'm talking about.
Sam Bradford is utter ass cheeks.
What's your list? What's your list?
My list is...
It's a fun topic, by the way. It's fun to picture these guys in
and some of them
pads and a helmet. And
so the only thing I would say is that playing football players are different breeds.
Totally.
Like they are wired very differently. So
yeah, no doubt.
Anyway.
All right.
LeBron, number 1.
Yep.
So
can't argue that one.
Yeah, I mean that's
on my list too.
I would love to see him out there.
Yep.
Russell Westbrook. Yeah. I would love to see him play a plethora of positions.
Yeah.
Cornerback, safety, wide receiver.
He could definitely play D-back.
Maybe even running back. Can you imagine? He's
so competitive.
I walked by Xavier Rhodes the other day, and best corner in the league, maybe.
One of them, for
he's
sure.
Like
Jalen Ramsey and him.
He's like my size. And I'm like, damn. Russ is not huge, but he's still like 6'3".
Yeah.
Built like a man, long arms. Can you imagine?
And just that competitive fire that he has.
He's one of the guys he could match up.
I'd love to
Calvin
see
Johnson.
him make Odell Beckham cry. Because he would totally make Odell cry. He'd drive those receivers crazy. He'd be talking trash the whole time, up in their grill,
high
be
motor,
physical. That's a good pick.
Yeah, so
good pick.
A healthy D Rose, probably the same.
I don't know about that.
What?
What's he going to play in football? He's going to get hurt right away.
No,
guy can't stay healthy in basketball. How is he going to stay healthy in football?
He got hurt on the hardwood, not on the soft grass.
Bro, he's soft, period.
Not on the soft grass. On the soft grass, a little easier
on soft ass.
Little easier on his knees.
No,
I think you forget that D Rose was more athletic than Russ before he started getting injured.
I don't know about that either.
What?
I think you have selective memory, man.
I think that. Are you kidding?
Bro,
D Rose was
he'll tear his ACL one play.
Before,
in the NFL.
I said healthy D Rose. Before D Rose started getting hurt, he was more of a fluid athlete than Russ was. Russ is like explosive, straight line. Yeah. D Rose will give you the same speed, stop on a dime, spin, crossover.
So
Russ
what's he
ain't
playing
doing
in
that.
Football? What's his position?
Cornerback. Same thing.
Corner. Okay.
They're the same size.
Maybe.
They're the same size.
I don't love it, but it's your list. So
even
you can do whatever.
Running back.
Oh, okay. Now
or wide receiver, slot receiver. That dude is so fast.
You don't have to justify it anymore. I don't love it. Move on to the next one.
Kawhi.
Okay.
Out at receiver.
Yeah, he'd be good.
6'8".
He'd be really good.
Just jump balls. I mean, he's
a machine.
Jimmy Graham, I guess, kind of.
Better than
Jimmy. Yeah, exactly.
More athletic. Yeah.
Big hands, all that. D Wade would be another one. Not now, but regular.
Prime D Wade.
Prime D Wade.
He can play a lot of positions too.
He could play a ton of positions.
He could be a safety.
Russell Westbrook, D Rose. I like those guys that are small in basketball, but would be
big.
He'd
be a big
position.
safety.
Big safety, big cornerback at the position.
And he seems like he'd have some fire. Like he'd light you up.
He's
aggressive.
Across the middle. He's aggressive.
Knock your ass out.
Right. I feel like he might have the mentality to play football.
All right.
And my last one, I couldn't come up with the last one, so I was just gonna go with AI because about AI.
It'd be fun, man.
Yeah, but AI I don't like that one because AI is like he is a football player pretty much. Like he's a football player size. He's like Tyreek Hill. And he probably would be better than Tyreek Hill.
Oh, I don't think so. Tyreek Hill's so fast, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Otherworldly fast. That's why he's unbelievable.
I'm saying
Can we just real quick? Patrick Mahomes he's a thing.
Patrick Mahomes.
He's a thing, man.
He's got a cannon.
Crap.
He's got a laser.
10 touchdowns in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
6 touchdown passes last week alone.